So if you're a construction company or you're a subcontractor, you work interiors or exteriors, and you're running your own business, right? Are you doing everything on pen and paper, or are you using the technology that's available to you today? Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through 5 pages on how to build a website on GoDaddy's platform. Okay, so we're going to be working on the home page, the About Us page, your products and services, a photo gallery, and a Contact Us page. So the first thing we're going to do is, if you don't already have an account created in GoDaddy, this is what it is. It's just GoDaddy.com. All right, and you're going to come up to this page. So what is GoDaddy? GoDaddy is actually a location where you can, they're your host, so you can save your website onto their platform. You can buy a domain name. A domain name is like a www.domainname.com. And then you can also set up your e-commerce platform store, and you can also do appointments on there. So, through this series, as we're working with, this one's going to be geared directly towards contractors and construction, right? So we're going to set up the page just that way. So I'm going to show you how you can actually search your domain now here. All right, so if you just go here, let's just do an example. I'm in Chicago, so let's just put in, for example, your business name is Chicago Construction. You enter that there, you search domain, and if no one has it, then it's available. So this person right here, they have it, they're trying to sell it for $5,000, but you don't necessarily have to pay that. You can just change the name of your company a little bit. Now, just because the name of your company is one, your domain name doesn't necessarily have to be the same too. So let's just call this My Chicago, and this one should pop up pretty good. All right, so for 1 penny, right, you'll buy it, and really what it is this is for the first 5 years of registration. Actually, when you go to pay for it, you can pay $20, and it'll change. It'll be $20 for about 2 years. Okay, and so you'll own this name for about 2 years. Then you'll have to renew it. You can do it yearly or every 5 years, right? So that's how you purchase your .com name. So, but I'm not gonna buy it today. So we're gonna go back, and so let's say right here you're on the first page, and then what we're gonna do is, if you don't have an account already, you can just click where it says up here in the top left, websites and hosting. And then over here on your left hand side under websites, you're going to click website builder. So you can actually start and build your website for free, and you don't have to pay for it until after you're ready to launch it. Okay, so you can kind of play around with it, see if you can do it, if you like it, before you have to make any payments. So we'll start for free. Okay, we're going to start a new site. As you see, I already have these other sites built up. Start a new site. What are we trying to do? So we're trying to sell goods or services, or we're just trying to provide information about the business. So we're not necessarily going to sell any products or services through an e-commerce for a construction company. So we're just trying to share information about the kind of things that we do. So we're going to click on share info about my business, and then go on the bottom right, click continue. All right, and then so we're just going to put construction. All right, so here you can choose construction management, construction company. So let's just do construction company. So continue. So what does this do? GoDaddy actually takes the information that you're putting in right now, and it kind of builds a shell for you. It kind of gets you started on their website building platform. So that's what it's doing right now. So we're going to call it My Chicago Construction. Okay, we'll just click continue. You put your phone number here, your email address, click continue. If you have a physical location where people can come and visit you, you can turn this on, and you can put your address right there. All right, so, but let's say, so we're contractors, most of the time we're working from home, or we don't have necessarily a showroom where people can come and take a look. So we're just gonna put that there. So go to continue. And right now it's building up the shell, right? It's gonna take the information that we're a construction company. It takes our name that we put into it, and it's kind of building what it would assume would be a good starting point. Okay, so from here, again, we're going to do the home page, the About Us page, products and services, photo gallery, and the Contact Us page. Alrighty, so this is the back end. Okay, we don't have to necessarily take a tour because I'm going to show you guys everything. Okay, so on here, this is where you actually build the website before it goes live. All right, so if you notice here in the top left, it just has the www or the https mychicagoconstruction.godaddysites.com. Now, right now we haven't paid anything. So because we haven't paid anything, GoDaddy is going to add this part right here to the end of our domain name. Once we pay for the hosting services and we go live, this will go away and then it'll just say, you know, yourconstructioncompanyname.com. All right, and I'll show you how to connect that. So this is the first page, right? Right here on this section of GoDaddy is the visual part, you know, what the customer sees and what you can work on. So you can actually change things directly on this section right here, or this right hand side, it gives you another way to make changes to the text, to the buttons, to the sizing and all that. So I'm going to show you both ways. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the top right and we're going to choose our theme, and we're going to click on theme. Then we're going to click on try a new look. So here is the different kind of ways your website can be laid out. You can go and see which one you like. Now, the ones I recommend you stay away from are these top two, because as you create your menu, it kind of blends in with the picture, and sometimes you can't see the menu bar too good. So I'd stay away from these. I like these that the menu bars are kind of separated a little bit. And so let's just go with this guy right here, bright. So we select bright, and now that changes the whole look of the whole website. After you're done building your site, if you don't like how it looks, you can change the theme again and it won't affect the rest of the website. It'll just change how it looks. All right, so now we're gonna choose our colors. Let's say our company colors are, let's just go with green. So you can choose your color here depending on your company color. If you know what your company color is, like let's say if you've made shirts, hats, or business cards, they usually have you as a CSS code, which is this, which is numbers and letters. And if you have a designer or someone that's made that for you, maybe they know what that is. And that way the rest of the colors on your truck and on your cards can match the same colors as your website. So if you have the numbers there, you can enter them there and then they'll automatically go in. All right, so you choose your color if you want it lighter or darker. You can actually change the darkness right here as well. You see, the more you go, it makes the white dark if you want that. So you can play around with that right here. So that's for your colors. The next thing we're going to look is scroll down a little bit more on the right hand side. We're going to choose the font. So how the words actually look, right? I'm just going to pick a different one just so you guys can see the difference. All right. So I just pick this one, Adamina. So let's scroll down to the next section and we're going to click on the bottom right where it says buttons. So here you can choose a different kind of buttons if you want it highlighted on the back, if you want it hollow, if you want it round. All right, so you can choose. The good thing about these round ones is, let's do this one for example, is once you hover over it, it becomes solid. You see this circle right here becomes solid. So you can choose. All right, I do like the round because that way it gives you a little visual effect of once you're going over a button. So that's what I like to do. All right. So we'll click on done, and that kind of gives you the layout, it gives you the colors, and the buttons, how the buttons are going to work. So on the top right hand side, we're going to go again, we're going to click on website. And now we're going to start. So this is the home page. Okay. Now, if you notice on the top of the menu, there is no menu bar. All right, so now we're going to create our menu bar. So if we go over here to the right, this home is what we're on right now. We're going to add the other 5 pages. So we're going to click the plus sign, add new page, and we're going to click on blank and create page. And this one's going to be our about page. So we're going to write about. And then we're also going to show it in the footer. The navigation is on the top. We're going to also show it in the footer, which is down here. You see it shows down here. Sometimes people don't want to scroll all the way to the top to go back to the next menu, or maybe they're already in the bottom. If they see that there's another page on your site that may be interested in on the footer, then you can change that there. All right, so we'll click done. And then we're going to add the next page, which was so we're going to go to blank and create page, and this one's the products and services page. So we're going to go products, services. So your construction company, you're most likely going to just do services, but sometimes you do sell products that you want to sell online. So that's an option for you there too. But most of the time as a construction company, you're going to do services. So we're going to turn on the footer as well. So now it shows up on the bottom. Click on done. We're going to add another page. This one's going to be our photo gallery page. And this one actually, we're gonna click on gallery right here underneath blank. We're gonna click on gallery, create page. Gallery is there, put it in the footer. Now we can start showing off a little bit more about work. And we'll go back to these pages in just a minute. All right, and then the last page we're gonna add is click on the plus sign again, new page, and we're gonna add this bottom right, it says contact. Create page. Okay, and then we're gonna turn on the footer. Click done. And that's our contact page. All right, guys, so if we look at the top, now we have the home, about, products and services, gallery, and the contact us page. All right, couple things I want to go through that GoDaddy does for the menu bar is if you click up here in the general menu bar, all right, then you go over here to the right, it gives you the different ways that the menu bar can look. All right, so there's your phone number. If you have a logo, all right, I'm just going to show you what a logo looks like. I'm going to upload one of mine so you can see what it looks like once it's in there, but it's not going to be the real one. So right now, this is just the text. If you want the text to be, if you don't have a logo and you just want to say text, you know, you can write it in there, and you can also put it in the middle, or you can put it on the left. You choose that. That's what these are alignment buttons are for, okay? So we're gonna leave it on the left. We're gonna upload a logo. Let's say you already have it saved on your computer. I'm just gonna upload one of mine. Let's see. All right, and so you can see now the logo that we had created is up here. You can zoom in and out, all right, to make it bigger or smaller. Same thing if you want to align it in the middle, you can do that, or you can align it left. And then also here in the square right here on the right hand side, you can actually move it, or actually no, this one doesn't allow you to move it up or down. So you can save it there. If you have a color background, you can save your logo as a PNG, and that'll give it a transparent background. All right, if you want a different one, different background, and it gives you the different options right here. All right, but in order to have the transparent background to begin with, you have to save it as a PNG. All right, so we'll click on done. And then one more thing I wanted to show you here is this promotional banner that you can turn on, and it adds this line on the top. So let's say, for example, let's say you're a gutter cleaning company. Okay, let's just say if someone's trying to clean their gutters, 20% off for their service. And then we can turn on the seasonal decoration. Let's say it's the springtime. So it adds these little animations right here. We can turn on the animations by clicking the button. It says animated decoration. And it does this little dance, you know, and it has different ones for the different times of the years. You know, summertime you got palm trees, falls you have leaves, and the springtime is flowers, right? And now let's say once they click on this, we want them to go somewhere. Let's say we want them to call us. So we're gonna click on add link, and then we're gonna link to the page. You can link it to a page that's in your website. You can link it to an outside website, to a phone, or to an email. The good thing about the phone and email is, let's say they're using their cell phone and they want to call you directly. You can click on phone and then just put in your phone number. And when they hit that button, it's just going to pull up their phone number, your phone number on their phone automatically. All right. But we want to send them to another page, and we want them to go to our contact us page in case they wanted to book us. So we'll click done. And so that's this top menu bar. So now we have our logo, we have our 5 pages, a way for them to contact us, and a little special. So now let's click on home, and now we're back here on the home page. All right, so we're gonna make a couple changes to this. Let's say we have our own pictures, or we don't like this picture. You click on the picture itself, and this bar on the right hand side pops up. This is the cover media. Choose the cover media, and you can change the cover media right here. Click on change. And you can actually choose all the stock images that they already provide, or you can also, if you want to go back to all media, you can add your own images right here from your construction company and the services that you do. But let's say right now you're just getting started and you don't have that much media just to begin with, or you haven't loaded them yet. Let's just click something they have here. I want to change it. I'm going to click on this one with our framing. I'm going to insert it, and then there's the new one, right? Click on done. And so same thing, this right here, this section, this round circle is called the call to action button. So these are where you're going to start to put in your text, your ideas, what you want to say to the client. And then this button right here, if you click on it, it brings in the actionable items, right? So recent work. So let's say this recent work, we want to show them our photo gallery, right? We want to show them what we've done before. So again, we're going to click on page, and then we're going to send them to the gallery page. And then we're going to click done. So now when this is live and they click on recent work, it's going to shoot them over here to the gallery page. Okay, so let's go back home. Now let's scroll down. So each of these sections are automatically populated by GoDaddy, right? Just to kind of get you started, but you don't have to keep any of them. All right, you can delete all of them and you can start over. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to delete all of them just so I can show you how you can do it yourself. So on the top right button, I'm going to explain this square. The arrows move this section up or down on the other repeating sections. If you click on layout, there's actually different ways that this section can look. And on the right hand side, it kind of shows you the different kind of layouts that you can choose. So let's say you don't like this square, this mix match square pattern, and you like this round circle one. You click on that one and it changes it. All right, and anywhere you click on this particular section, you can change it. You can change the pictures by clicking on the pictures. You can change the words by clicking on the words and the title. All right. And another last thing is, let's say we like this section and then we wanted to add it to another page. If we click on the three dots, you can actually duplicate the section, or you can move the section, or you can delete the section. If you duplicate it, it literally just makes another copy of the same exact content that's in that square. If you move it, that means you can move it to another page. Take all that same information and move it to a whole nother page, your About Us page, your gallery page, whatever it is. If you didn't like it, you can just click the delete section and it'll delete it. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to duplicate this one. And you see now it's right here below. And I'm actually going to move this one to the About Us page. So I'm going to click on the three dots again and move section. Click on About, that's the page I want it to go to. And click move. All right. Okay. And so here, guys, so you can click on here and you can make the changes that you would like. Now, let's say right now we don't have an email subscription list, so we're just going to delete this one. So we're going to click on these three dots. We're going to delete section. Delete. Now, this is just a small photo gallery. You can leave that in there. And let's say right now I don't want to necessarily use this social media button, so I'm going to delete this. So click the three buttons, delete section. Okay, so now let's say in the beginning, since we have a whole About Us page, I don't want to really talk about us right on the beginning page. So let's say, let's talk about our company. Right, what do we do? And let's say this guy looks like he's working on a roof, so we'll do roofing, foundation, plans. All right, so if you click on any of the text, you can make the changes. If you have more that you want to add, these plus signs add more of the same section. So let's say I want to have another 3 areas that I want to describe of what we do. So I'm going to click the plus right here and it's going to add another section. I'm going to click the plus again, it's going to add another section. And I'm going to click the plus one more time and you see, so it just multiplies it. And then I can go in here and I can make the changes to the pictures, and then I can add, now let's say I do flooring, and let's say in this one I do drywall, right? And so on and so forth. And then you can put a little paragraph about, the details that go into each one of them. You don't want to make these too long, no more than 3 sentences I would recommend per paragraph, right? And then you start explaining to them a little bit about what you do. All right, one more little thing I want to add is, here's how you can add new sections, right? Maybe there's something else that you want to add in between here, either before or after. If you go on top or the bottom of each section, you highlight the little green bar, there's usually a bubble that pops up that says add section. We're going to click on that. And then on the right hand side, these are all the different kind of sections that you can add. So if you have audio or video, you can add it. If you have a blog, you can add it. I'm going to take a quick break and take the time and introduce this new book that I have coming out on Amazon and Kindle. It's called Launch, the Business Plan Playbook. This provides a full comprehensive way for you to learn and build your very own business plan for your company and your business. It walks you through, it's actually one of a 2-part book series. So you have the book itself, and then you also have a workbook so you can actually follow and write your plan along as you're learning. So take a look. The link's going to be below so you can go and check it out on Amazon Marketplace. That's Launch Business Plan Playbook. All right, guys. Here's where you can add your commerce if you're trying to add your store, any kind of contact information. The one that you're going to use the most is going to be general. So we're going to click on general, and then here you can read through the different kind of sections you can add. So let's say I wanted to add a review, right? What I like to do is there's actually a review section under social where you can connect your reviews. But then what if I just wanted to add one review from one client that they put up on Google one time? So we're just going to go to general. We're going to choose quote, and you can choose any one of these quotes. Let me just choose this one, for example. And let's say, for example, a client gave us a review on Google and we just wanted to highlight the review here. X company. Right? And now let's say this was Kelly G, and then we got her information from Google. Right? And so now that's a review that people, as they're scrolling down, they can just really quickly see some social proof. And now let's change this picture. Now let's say we already have it loaded in here, but since we don't, let's just do renovation. And let's say this was the project that we did, for example. All right. And there you go. And there's a review right in the middle. If you want to also break it up, another technique you could do is you can click in the box in general, right, in the general area. And if you notice on the right hand side, it says accent. You can choose a different kind of accents that particular section has. Okay. So again, guys, just to recap, if you want to have more customization in a particular area, you can just click in that general area, and then on the right hand side you can either make adjustments here, or if there's adjustments that you want to make to size or color, you can do that over here on the right hand side. Same thing with this one. If you wanted to change the accent to kind of break up the page so it's not all white, you can put that there. Okay. And so one more time, how do you add a section with new or different kind of content? Either above each section or below each section is this bubble that says add section. We're going to click on it one more time. And then here are all the different kind of things that you can add to it. Most of the time, you're going to be putting things in from the general tab. Okay. So you'll go through here and you'll see the different kind of, let's say you wanted to add some content. You click on general, then you click on content. And then these are all on the right hand side. These are all the different kind of ways you can add content. Okay. So let's say you wanted to introduce yourself or introduce the company, for example. You just add this one and you'll play with it. You'll see which ones you like. All right. So you can add you can change the picture. Let's say how we got started, and then you can add information. Boom. And then here's a call to action button for them to call you or for them to book you or to go to another page. Okay. Now let's say we go through this and you know what, never mind, I don't like it. Let's delete it, right? We'll click on the 3 tabs, the 3 buttons that come up on the right, and we'll delete this section. Okay. So that'll be enough right now. You know, that'll give you a general idea of how to do the home page. So let's click on the about page. All right, remember we duplicated that one section and we transferred it over here to this section. One thing I like to do at every page is I want to introduce the page. So we're going to click on add section on this bubble above. And then we are going to go to general, scroll down to introduction, and then we're going to choose, I like the second introduction. You can choose whichever one you like. And let's say this one is our about us and a little bit about the page. And so there's just a little bit about starting the page, about us. You can change the picture, and then click on the button. Let's say we want them to, from here, we want them to call us. So from the page, we want them to go to contact, and then click done. And so now when they click on find out more, it'll take them to the contact page. This was the about us right here. I'm gonna give you another example of how you can add about us. Let's say, for example, you have a team of people and you wanna highlight each one of their skill sets. So let's go to add section. We're going to go to general, and then we're gonna click on about. And then here on the right-hand side, we're going to choose this second one, which is about us. It's called feature content with images. And here, if you have a team, meet our team, excavators, and you can write a little bit about the excavators. Let's say, you know, and this could be, you know, your contractors, or it can be your internal team as well. And so you can explain a little bit about your team, or you can, you know, explain about you, and you can click on the pictures. If you want to change the image and add a person in there, let's change image. And let's just find, you know, just find someone else. Let's just put in man. And then just click this first one, insert, and then you can start building your team that way, right? And let's say you have more people on your team, but you ran out of space. What do? You just click on the add another, and it's gonna keep on adding it. I believe there's a limit of like 12 or 6, depending on the section, right? And you can keep on adding more about your team as you move on. All right, so that is the about us. Then we're gonna move over to products and services. All right, so this is how a page is normally gonna look like when there's nothing else on there. So we're gonna add a section. We're gonna introduce ourselves again. So we're going to go to general, introduction, and we're gonna pick the second one. And then we're gonna relabel this one products and services. Okay, and you can add a little paragraph about your products and services. And now we're gonna list. All right, so we're gonna add a section. Let's add a list of the services that we offer. So we're gonna add, click on general, and then if you scroll down, you see menu and price list. Click on menu and price list. And then here you can choose a different kind of options. Let's just go with the first one. And then let's say for here, let's say you do interior services and exterior construction, right? So let's just say this first one, we're gonna talk about interior. Okay. And let's say this one's about flooring. Let's say wood. You can change each section. Wood, this one's gonna be tile and carpet. Okay, now you can write a description, right? And I understand that when we go and do quotes and we're doing estimates, it depends on, you know, if we're doing a tear off, if we're doing a layover over existing, we have to take a look at the conditions. I know, so we can't necessarily provide a price without going to the site sometimes to take a look at it, but you can at least have a general idea of what your prices start at. So what I like to do is, so that way the customer has some kind of idea. I always put starting at, and then dollar. And let's just, I'm not sure, let's just call it 450 square foot. Okay. And then here you could put material and labor. Right, and then you can add a description, and this can continue to go on. Flooring, it can go drywall, it can go sinks, it can go cabinets, kitchens. And now let's say you want to do exteriors. Instead of recreating all this all over, we're just going to duplicate it. So on the top right, we're gonna click on settings, duplicate it. It's gonna give me a separate section, right? But this one, if you scroll down, I'm not gonna do another interior, I wanna do exterior. And this one, I'm gonna do roofing, right? And then which one? Shingles, tile, and then flat roofs, right? And then so same thing. So you see, so on your products and services list, now people can kind of get an idea of what the services are that you offer and how much you start either per linear foot, per square foot, by the day, however you charge, right? And as long as you put starting at, it doesn't tie you into a definitive price, because people know that that's where you're starting at, and that's at least the minimum that I'm gonna pay for whatever your services is that you're offering, okay? And so that's one way to list your prices. And then I'm gonna show you one more way where you can list your prices, and that's with pictures. So we're gonna add section again. We're gonna go to general. We're gonna go to menu and price list. But then this time on the right hand side, we're gonna scroll down and choose the last one. Now it's the same thing, menu price list, you can change whatever it says there. And then here, now you have the same exact thing as the list, but now you're showing it with pictures. Okay, same thing, the name of the item, starting at $12, and then a description. If you want to add more, you just click on continue to add more, and then it just adds more boxes. All right, now let's say you want to break up the page so people don't get confused from one price list to another. What I would recommend doing is per section, change the color of the accent. So click in the general area, and it's going to highlight that square. I'm going to make this one green, and then as I scroll down, you see how this one just turns white. So now I know I'm in a new section. I'm gonna make this one black just for example. All right, so I got green at the top. This one has to do, let's say, with roofing. And now this one's, oh, okay, this one's interior construction for flooring. Oh, and exterior construction. Okay, got it. Right, so that kind of breaks it up, makes it easier on the eyes. All right, so this is the products and services page. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the gallery, the photo gallery. So here's where you're gonna have a chance to showcase your work. You can either do it by different sections, or you can just put up all your pictures all at once. And then if you have videos that you've loaded up on YouTube or Vimeo, you can also load them here. All right, so I'm gonna delete these so I can actually show you how to do this. I'm gonna delete all these old sections that were already here. So if you see this welcome on the top, remember how I told you guys to do an introduction? This is another way to do an introduction, but without a picture. This one right here, okay? So if you click on it and click on layout, these are all the other ways you could do it. So, but I'm gonna delete this one too. We're gonna start fresh. All right, so we're gonna add section. We're gonna go to general, and we're gonna go to introduction, and let's choose our second one. And again, you guys can scroll up and down and see which ones you like. Right? And you can kind of put a little explanation of what it is that you're doing. And now let's say for the first section, I want to add pictures for remodels. Okay, so we're gonna click on the, let me show you how to get there. So click on the add section. And then we're gonna go to image gallery, photo gallery. And now let's say, these are all the different ways you can see the photo galleries on your page. So you can choose which one. I would recommend the smaller ones, the better, because if you have a really large picture, it takes a longer time for the website to load. And then people tend to leave websites when the site takes a longer time to load. So let's go with this one. Display many stacked images on the page. So we're gonna go to add. And so here we go. And so let's say this one just has to do with commercial. Right, commercial construction, and here we go. And you can, if you click on the general area, the images that are showed here should also populate on the right hand side. We want to add more. We're going to click on the plus sign, and then here's where you can add more images that you've already loaded, or you can add new ones. So you can add images, and then you just load them from your computer. Okay. And now let's say I want to add a different section, but not commercial construction. I want to show off my residential construction. So we're going to add another section. We're going to click on general again, and we're going to go to, oh no, wait, sorry, not general, image gallery, photo gallery. And now this one, I want to do a carousel. I'm going to show you guys this one. So it's the first one. All right, so same thing. If you click in the general area, on the right hand side, these are all the pictures that are here. You can remove them all by clicking the remove all images, or you can just delete them one by one. All right. And now let's say this one, we're just gonna call it, we call the first one commercial. Let's just call this one exterior. Right, and you can call it whatever you want. You know, if it's interior, depending on what kind of construction you're doing for your company, right, you're gonna have different kind of image galleries. So you can play around with this and then choose the different image galleries. All right, and the last area we're gonna touch on is the contact us page. All right, so on the top right, we're gonna click on done, contact us. All right, so it kind of, since we chose the contact page when we created this, it kind of already pre-populated all this for us. So we just have to go in and we have to change it. So if you have hours of operation, you click on the hours and you can either close it that day or do by appointment only, or you can change the hours itself. Okay. If you click on the phone number, that's where you can change your phone number, and you can add an email. Let's say, for example, I wanted to add an email. Okay, so you enter it here and then it shows up on the website here. example@email.com. And now let's say you do have a location, right? And you want that location to show up on your on this website where people can come see your showroom. On this right hand side, you can click on show map and it'll populate the map. And the address to your location, you're gonna click on here and it'll start showing it up. It'll start showing it on this map here. Okay. And then this right here is a form. If you click on the form itself, around the form, let's see, where is it? All right, there's two ways actually. I don't want to confuse you guys. So if you go to the right, it says contact form. Click on the arrow. If you scroll down, here's where you're going to send the message to. Right. So if you want the email to go to a specific a message to go to a specific email, here's where you enter your Gmail or your business's email, whatever you want. Right. If you don't change this, it's going to go to the email that you created your account with. That's the one that they assume you want all the information to go to. Now this form, you can actually add to it as well. If you want people to provide attachments, let's say of pictures for future projects, you scroll down, you click on attachments, and you can turn it on. Right now it's turned off. So if you look over here on the bottom left, you don't see anything right now. Once I turn this on, you see now it says attach files. Keep your eyes right here. I'm going to turn it off. See, it goes away. Okay, and then I'm gonna rename it. Attach site photos here, right? And then so now they know to attach site photos there. So click on done. And now let's say I want their phone number too, not just their name, not just their email and the message, but I need their phone number so I can call them. So if you notice over here on the left hand side, on the right is also the same tabs. You can add it to up to 14 tabs or sections. So you click on add. In this one, we're just going to type in phone. And the input type, it actually has a selection for phone number. All right, so the selections are single line text, which is just like for your name or for your email. Multi-line text is like this one. If you want people to write multiple sentences for your message, that's what multi-line text is. But with this one, we're going to choose a phone number. And then we're going to make it required, because if, let's say, for example, if we can't call them, then why would they, send us a request? That's how we get in communication. So we'll click on done. All right. And now you'll see that phone is down here, but we want it right under the name. So we're going to scroll down to the right. And if you choose these two bars, you can click and hold and you can drag it up or down. All right. So we're going to put it underneath the name. And now it shows up phone name, phone number, email, message, right? Just how we want it. So now we're all done. Now we're all done. Click on done. And so that's it. All right. So again, on this bottom part, guys, all this is customizable as well. Let's say powered by Google. Let's say you're the one that built it, or let's say had someone else build it for you. Powered by company. Right. So it can look more customized, and it doesn't have to say GoDaddy. And then here you can change the copyright if it's a different year. All right. And then let's say you do have social media. I'm going to show you how to connect that. So let's say we have social media right here. You click on, if we click on this general area on the bottom right, then this window populates and you see social accounts. Click on the arrow. And so here, it's going to automatically, once you start typing, it's going to automatically put in, for example, for Facebook, it's going to put the facebook.com /. So you just have to enter your username, right? So mine would just be Fernando Nunez, for example, right? And then we click on done. And now only the Facebook populates, right? Because that's the only one that we've entered our username for. But if we want other ones, we're going to go back to social account. Let's say we have an Instagram. Coach. Click on done. See, now the Instagram pops, and so on and so forth. You got LinkedIn, Pinterest, Yelp, all that stuff, right? So you just need the username for that, and you can just copy and paste that from your URL on that site. Okay. All right. So we'll click on done. All right. So let's go back home. We're gonna click on home on the top left. And so there you go, guys. So we just built a 5-page website on GoDaddy, okay, for a construction company in specific. All right, I am going to make other videos like this for other industries, but if you have, there's a lot more that you can do in GoDaddy, such as accept payments. You can set up appointments, but this one in general was just for just to show you guys how to get started and how to set up the account, so you can have a website for your very own construction company. Once we have all of our home, our about, our products, and our gallery and our contacts us page, before we publish, I just wanted to show this one last thing to you in case you already did buy your domain name. So let's say you did buy your domain name on GoDaddy. Now you want to connect it to this site that you've been working on. So if you go to the home page, right, which is what we're on right now, you're going to see this link right here. It says connect domain. So we're going to click on that. And so here's where we're actually going to pay for the hosting, so we can get rid of that .godaddysite.com part. So we're going to select the plan, and so here you could pay yearly or you could pay monthly, right? And so you can choose. So if you're not going to sell anything online, you can just do the basic or the premium, and you can choose the additions too. So let's say you went to the basic, and you can also on the top you can choose that's how much it is a month, and that's how much it is a year. Okay, so once you choose your plan, that's how much you're going to be paying every month, and you move forward. So that's how you'll go through, and it'll ask you to connect the domain name that you've already purchased. So let's say you are ready to go. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the top left which says publish. It's going to give us a second, and it's going to publish. So what is this doing right now? So it's setting it, it's sending it out into the internet world, and right now it's live. So this is what it looks like live. Right, but just because it's live doesn't mean that the whole world knows that your website exists, right? So this is the first part. We've built it. Now here's where we work with our social media, with our digital marketing, to kind of expose and show off our website to get people to come and then buy whatever products or services that we're trying to book. Okay, so as you can see on the top left, we're live. This is actually on the internet, but it still has that GoDaddy GoDaddySites.com at the end because I haven't paid for anything. So once you pay for it, that part goes away, and this is a fully functional website. For example, if we click on recent work, it takes us to the photo gallery, which is what we've already went through. Okay, guys. Alrighty, so now that's a whole 5-page live website that you can actually build for free. You don't even have to pay for if you want to just give it a shot and try it out for your construction company. So there you have it, guys. So hopefully that was very informational, and I provided a good tutorial so you guys can learn how to create your very own construction website for your construction company. If you have any more questions, or you want to learn the following things on how to connect the CRM system, on how to connect your appointment system, leave a comment below, and then I'll make additional videos to accommodate that. All right, so good luck to you in building your site, and have a great day.